What is up, YT? This is GVM-uk, and today we are playing Space Engineers. This was released a couple of days ago on Steam Early Access. Think of it as StarMade with a lot better graphics. At the moment, it just has creative mode, but it has a lot of potential for some more. And what we're looking at here is my first creation in this game. It's like a cargo mining vessel. So she looks, she looks rugged, dirty, filthy, square basically. But this, this is the first ship I made in this game, and I think it turned out quite well. We got some maneuvering thrusters here and reverse thrusters on the back of the ship there. Like a communications array in the front here with some huge, lights and stuff. When we're in nebulas, we can see our way in some dark, dirty nebulas or something like that. We got some high-powered lights. So let's take a look at the top of the ship. We got some missile launchers, a communications tower. This ship is really built for deep space. A lot of communications is built into her and stuff. And what else we got? We got like this open plan bridge. I kind of took the idea from Star Wars. I like the open planness of the bridges in that. Got a main walkway for the captain, and then either side are consoles for the rest of the bridge crew. I do like open plan areas, and you'll see that throughout the whole ship. But as you can see from the front, she looks rugged, dirty. We've got huge sensors right in the front here for trying to detect those lovely asteroids to mine, and get them lovely ores in. We'll actually put some lights on the front of the array here as well. I do like being able to put all these little lights everywhere. They really do bring the ship to life, I think. Having lots of little external lights everywhere. And here is the entrance for the crew, like a docking port for the crew. I forgot what they call it now. Like a docking seal kind of thing. But there's no working doors at the moment, so we have to pretend there's some kind of force field stopping the crew getting sucked out. And as you can see, she's got a bit of damage. I did crash into the platform. But I think that adds kind of a bit of character. So you actually do have to take care of the ship that you fly in this game. Otherwise you will end up damaging her. So as we come down to the rear of the ship, you can see she's got a lot of thrusters and engines, and a huge docking bay which is made for smaller cargo vessels to dock and unload cargo onto. But the ship, she's quite a lot of mass, so we need a lot of thrusters on the rear to actually get her moving at any decent speed in any decent time. And I know that size doesn't matter in space, but mass does, and you need a lot of thrust to move a lot of mass quickly. You can use the tiniest bit of mass you like, thrust you like, but you won't get anywhere fast. And there's the platform down there. Still a bit of damage on her from when I crashed. Test flight didn't go so well, so to speak. Let's take a look at the underneath of the ship. We have some landing gear which is retractable. There you go. There's a huge chunk of ship taken out of her. As you can tell, that's what I like about this game. The ship shows damage, it shows wear. It's all repairable, but I haven't actually got around to doing it yet. Here is the landing thrusters. We need a lot of thrust underneath us to lower ourselves down at any decent safe speed. We got some docking lights here so we can light up the area below when we're landing on platforms and stuff. And we got the front landing gear here. I don't like landing gear sticking out of ships, so I kind of made it look like they retract in and out. And some more maneuvering thrusters. She's got quite a lot of maneuvering thrusters, but it's still pretty slow because she is quite heavy. And what cargo ship or mining vessel isn't a heavy, bulky, slow thing? So I'm going to quickly get in this fighter over here. And the thing about I love this game is I can actually look around the cockpit independently of the flight controls, which I absolutely love. And I think it's practically a necessity in any space game which shows a cockpit. It gives you a great sense of knowing your surroundings and situational awareness. But a lot of games tend to not do that, which is quite disappointing. So we're going to attempt to land this fighter in the rear cargo bay. I made it quite easily accessible and quite large. Obviously, she does need to dock cargo vessels and stuff. So it needs to be quite big. But we're going to maneuver in here slowly and carefully. And just lower ourselves down. And there we go. We have touchdown. And this is the cargo docking area. Some nice patterns on the floor to, you know, help you land safely within them. And we're going to third person view, and you can just see the size and scale of this cargo bay. Gives you a sense of size of the thing. It's not the biggest, I know, but it's, you know, it's quite big for a first build. This is the rear cargo area, and this is another door. And as I said before, the doors aren't actually working, but the fact you can interact with the door does suggest that they are going to implement some kind of opening and shutting mechanism soon, and I hope they do, because it looks pretty naff at the moment. So we just have to pretend there's some sort of force field there. So this is the rear docking cargo area with huge cargo containers, and the fact you can interact with these as well kind of shows that they're going to implement that a cargo bay is actually a viable part of the ship. It's not just going to be an inventory screen with numbers. You are actually going to visibly see the size of your cargo bay area, and that will impact the amount of cargo the ship can hold, which I absolutely love that idea. And the fact that you have to actually take into consideration in your builds a cargo bay is just amazing. So this is a smaller cargo area where, you know, we've got smaller boxes everywhere, and what cargo bay doesn't look awesome without, you know, a load of random boxes everywhere. You know, Firefly-esque, there's just a load of crap everywhere. And a lot of lighting as well in this, and we have a refinery here, so when we collect the ore we've got somewhere to refine it. We've got some assemblers, not actually sure what they're for yet, but I'm guessing there's some kind of crafting machine or something. So we've got pylons here holding up the ramp to the main deck, and here is the gravity generator neatly placed out the way. I could have put it somewhere better, but I just put it down while I was building, and it just kind of stayed there. So anyway, as we approach the main deck on this ramp, there's not actually a lot of stuff to fill the decks at the moment, so they're quite, as I said, open plan at the very moment in time. Apart from the crew quarters, I kind of close that off because, you know, maximum efficiency, minimal crew space, maximum cargo space. But this area backs onto the bridge, and, you know, it can be like engineering bay or whatever. But here is the exit we saw earlier with the fancy force field stopping us getting sucked into the vacuum of space. This is like a cargo bay light area, you know, it's kind of more personal stuff. You can actually carry stuff in here and that, but and a ramp there. I went for an open plan, as you can see, and we can actually see below deck as well, which I kind of went for. I like the idea of being able to see below deck and see what's going on, and it makes the ship feel less claustrophobic, you know, being able to just, you know, all this open planness, apart from the crew quarters obviously, but we'll take a look at that in a second. So this is the crew quarters. We've got narrow corridors for them, because obviously we have to box off the rooms. And this is the medical bay with a cargo container and some makeshift bunk beds. I'm guessing this cargo container holds medical supplies for this weird machine. And another crew quarters here with a couple of bunk beds. Not actually much to fill it at the moment, so I had to improvise with these bed things. The rear of the ship, I was going to make like a machinery part of the ship. You know, we've got a conveyor and assembler here and some cargo containers. But until I actually find out what stuff does what, and when they actually start working, I'm going to fill this area up with some machinery and that to, you know, craft your stuff. And this is another crew quarters, quite small, and I guess this is the captain's quarters because he has a huge cargo container in his room for his giant stash of booze and, you know, just basically a giant foot locker. So anyway, I do love the interior holes of this ship. They got lighting and, you know, little lights on them on the floor panels as well. Still had to put a lot of these little lights everywhere to, you know, light up the ship pretty well. And let's go and take a look at the captain's quarters, which this walkway will take us to. And here we go, we're in the bridge now. I said captain's quarters, didn't I? I meant bridge. And as you can see, it's another open plan bridge, and I love this style of oh, giant hole there. Oh well. I love the style of openness on bridges, and the one from Star Wars I thought was awesome. Can we actually fly that ship from that console? Yeah, we can. Oh, cool. So you can fly the ship from any of these consoles, but obviously we're going to use the main one there. Yeah, the Star Wars bridge of the Star Destroyer I just thought was awesome. You know, walking along this walkway, and then either side of you have your bridge crew. I just thought that was a great idea, and kind of went with it with this build. So anyway, let's get into the actual ship and fly her. We've got external view and we can pan around using the Alt key. And you know, she's not the prettiest of ships, but she's, you know, I haven't actually named her yet either, so I'm going to need some help naming this ship. But you know, she looks rugged, she looks like a mining cargo vessel, and that's the look I went for. And obviously this being the first build I've done in the game, you know, it's not going to be the best ship in the world. But oh, we're losing the fighters there. As you can see, we've got a lot of thrust on our rear to get us moving at any decent speed. She's got quite a lot of engines on the rear, and she's not the slowest of ships, so you know, for her size and mass, she's not quite slow, so that's always awesome. You know, we need to get to places fast, we need to go and mine those lovely asteroids and stuff in plenty of time. We've got roads to keep to, you know, quotas to keep to, sorry, and time schedules, so we need to get places fast. But when it comes to maneuvering thrusters and that, she's pretty slow. And this saving mechanic needs an option where you can change the intervals, because I think it's a bit too regular. And I know that, you know, autosave is a godsend sometimes when you're crashing. You're like, oh my fucking god, I didn't save. And it's like, oh, thank god for autosave. But I think it's just a slight bit too regular, and we need options. So we're going to light up the docking of strafing thrusters, and they just look awesome. I love the way the engines light up, and they actually reflect off the hull as well. And just the engines in general, just so much better than you look at StarMade. I know it's a completely different game practically, but it's the same idea. And these actually look like engines and act like engines, and it's just awesome. As you can look at the bottom there, we've got our landing thrusters on full burn there. We've got our top down thrusters on full burn, and it just looks awesome. You have a lot of control as well when you're trying to use these maneuvering thrusters. You can, you know, do a bit at a time and stuff. An option would be nice to turn off the gyro to so you can actually, when you strafe sideways with a bit of thrust, you just keep going, you know, like Newton physics, just turn off the gyro so the ship doesn't stabilize. That'd be a cool option. But yeah, I haven't actually named this ship yet, and I need some help. She needs like a dirty, rugged name, like the, I don't know, Beast of the East or something like that. But what do you guys think of this first build in Space Engineers? I actually think the interior come out pretty well, and although she's not the prettiest of ships, she does actually look like a cargo ship, which I'm kind of proud of. So yeah, let me know what you think of this build and what I can do to improve the ship, and you know, see what we can make her better. And obviously I need a name for her as well. I need help naming this bloody thing. I'll be doing some more Space Engineers videos. I definitely want to make a warship of some kind and some fighters, and a medium cargo vessel to actually fit in this cargo bay, you know, like a landing craft type thing. You know, it's going to be bigger than a fighter, like a Corvette size type thing. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like the video. Follow me on Twitter, there's a link on my homepage, and I'll catch you later, definitely, for some more Space Engineers. This is GVM-uk signing out, and I'll catch you later.